I think the best coach is pressure. There's an added pressure to do things now. It used to be, well, we could take a listing or we can prospect every other day. We're going to be fine, which was the case. And now prospecting, now more than ever, super important.
Kent, Heather, welcome. Thank you for being with us today.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for having us. I'm Kent. Obviously, this is Heather. We're in the Salt Lake City market, Salt Lake City, Utah County market, with Summit Realty. So it's
awesome.
It's a small local brokerage, but a powerful one.
Can you talk us through that a little bit about how it works, husband and wife working together?
Yeah, so it works really well because mine and Kent's personalities are actually pretty different. He's more of an amiable personality. I'm more of a driver. So when we would go on appointments together, we would kind of figure out what the clients we were trying to get the listing from, what kind of personality type they had. And if it was more in mine, then I would take control. If it was more his, then he would take control. But I feel like we just have very complementary personalities. Yeah. So it works out that way. And Kent's also, right now, he's more focused on the prospecting, making the calls, different things like that. I'm more working with the client once we have the listing, doing the paperwork, more of that end, I would say, in COI.
As dumb as this sounds, I've kind of created an alter ego when I'm on the phone.
Okay.
So instead of being myself, because myself is I don't like being rejected. I like to be really nice. So you look at any good actor. Let's take Jim Carrey, for example. All of his roles are an alter ego. He's not that way in real life, but he's one of the greatest actors that's ever lived, kind of. Funniest actors, we'll give him that. So as soon as I created this alter ego, like prospecting's so easy because they're not rejecting me, they're rejecting the other guy.
So what's different about this alter ego then? Like how do you make that mindset shift when you're prospecting to go from Kent, who likes to be the good guy, it sounds like, how do you go from that to the guy who can handle with rejection over and over? Because I know we've talked about your prospecting in the past as it relates to some of the things you've done here for REDX. And it sounds like you're kind of a power prospector. I mean, you don't mind making 150 phone calls in a prospecting session. So how do you get into that mindset to go, okay, here's the alter ego, and this is the guy that doesn't mind rejection?
So again, dumb, really dumb what I do. I listen to Boy in the Bubble. If you guys have never listened to that song.
I've never heard of that.
So it talks about a kid that has a pretty rough uprising at home. Uh-huh. And he meets this kid and gets beat up, and he talks about how he likes to be hit and knocked to the ground. It's kind of a sick song, honestly.
Okay.
But I look at that as rejection. Like, I love rejection. I love getting down. The harsher the rejection, the harder I pushed is the way I look at it. So once you get into that mindset, you just kind of feel invincible. The first couple of calls are still hard, but I mean, honestly, if you have a tough time getting on the phone, create this alter ego and just say, oh, they're not rejecting me. They're rejecting, I don't have a name for him, Dr. Jekyll, we'll call him that. Mr. Hyde. Which one's the bad one?
I don't know.
Mr. Hyde. Mr. Hyde, just rough on the phones. Close. I mean, there's there's 4 ways that a business is ran, right? There's growth mode, protect mode, retreat mode, and surrender mode.
Okay.
Most agents right now are in that protect or retreat mode. And by doing that, that means that here in a few months, everybody is going to go into surrender mode. That's when agents are going to start dropping like flies. So right now, we're more now than ever in growth mode. If you're not in retreat mode and you're in growth mode and you're thinking, my competition just got sliced in half, you're going to kill it in 3 or 4 months. People depend on the spring market, and the spring market isn't happening right now. It's going to be in June, July, August, September, once all these restrictions get pulled. And if you're not doing what you should have been doing during this whole pandemic, you're going to get left in the dust by those that are.
If you guys were to both sit down with a brand new agent, or maybe somebody who is struggling in real estate right now, somebody who maybe is in that retreat or even that surrender mode, they're ready to give up. What are the pieces of advice that you would give to that agent to help change that mindset, to get them back to where they're being productive and they can take advantage of these next few months?
I would say talk to 100 people. And if after you talk to those 100 people and go through your scripts, if you don't have someone that's looking to buy or sell, then do it. But I guarantee you're going to have someone that's like, yeah, I actually am looking to buy or sell. And you're going to see that there are a lot of interested people out there. We just have to reach out to them.
Why would you get this far just to quit? Just push a little bit further, and then it's going to just become natural. It's going to become the way it is. And that's when you'll start seeing success. So I would say, kind of like what Ken said, go out, make 100 calls, actually do it and put everything into it. And eventually you're going to get to the point where that's just how it is. It's just normal. But if you always just say, okay, I don't want to do it, I'm just going to stop, it's never going to be easy to get back into it. If you're already in it, just keep going. It's going to get easier. So yeah, just don't give up. Just keep doing it.
It's amazing that even through all of this, that much is still happening in spite of social distancing, shelter in place, all of these things. You're still seeing many transactions happen in the marketplace. That's incredible.
Well, you look at it, there are really 4 reasons why someone sells. You have the greed market, which is what we were just in. Everybody, I want to upgrade my house. I don't need to move. But if I got 10,000 above asking, I'd move and upgrade. So that's the greed market. Those people aren't motivated. You have life events, hardship and distress are the last 2. So those are the 4 reasons people sell. Now we're in the life events and hardship and distress.
Gotcha.
And greed's kind of going out the door, which is a great market to be in as an agent.